The Lost City. In the bustling streets of the ancient city of Agrabah lived a clever and adventurous young man named Aladdin. His heart was filled with curiosity, always yearning to explore the unknown. Beside him was his best friend, Qasim, a loyal companion who shared Aladdin's passion for adventure, even though he often worried about the risks they faced. One warm afternoon, as the sun hung high in the sky, Aladdin and Qasim decided to venture into an abandoned palace that had long been forgotten. The palace was said to have a library filled with ancient scrolls and secrets of the past. Dust covered every inch of the place, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling like curtains of a long-lost era. Aladdin, with his sharp eyes, started searching through the shelves. Qasim, uneasy as he looked around, muttered, "Are you sure this is a good idea? This place looks like it hasn't been touched in centuries. Who knows what dangers lie hidden?" But Aladdin, as always, was undeterred. He carefully pulled out an old scroll case from a forgotten corner, wiping away the dust with his hand. As he opened it, his eyes widened in amazement. Inside was a map, old and fragile, but clearly pointing to something remarkable. "Do you see this?" Aladdin exclaimed, excitement filling his voice as he unfurled the map. "This isn't just any map. It points to the Lost City, the one we've only heard about in legends." Qasim stepped closer, his face filled with awe and hesitation. "The Lost City? But Aladdin, what could possibly be waiting for us there?" Aladdin's eyes sparkled with determination. "Treasure, knowledge, maybe even something that could change our lives forever. If we can find what's hidden there, we could help our people." Qasim scratched his head, nervous yet intrigued. "You always drag me into your wild adventures, Aladdin. What if this one is more than we can handle?" But Aladdin smiled confidently, placing a hand on his friend's shoulder. "Trust me, Qasim. Together, we can face anything."
The scene shifted to the palace of Jafar, the ambitious vizier. He learned about the discovery of the map and began plotting to seize the Eye of the Genie, a legendary treasure said to possess immense powers. "Send our men. I want every lead followed," Jafar instructed with a sly grin.
The next morning, just as the first light of dawn began to paint the sky in shades of orange and gold, the two friends set out into the desert, following the map. The journey was not easy. The sun blazed down on them, and the heat seemed to make the desert stretch endlessly before them. "This heat is unbearable," Qasim complained, wiping the sweat from his brow. Aladdin, though tired himself, remained optimistic. "Hang in there, Qasim. The map says we're getting close. Soon, we'll be standing at the gates of the Lost City." As the hours passed, the challenges grew. Suddenly, Qasim pointed ahead, shouting, "Look, water! Finally, something to quench our thirst." But Aladdin, always quick to notice danger, grabbed Qasim's arm, stopping him in his tracks. "Wait!" Aladdin warned. "It's not real." He reached into his bag, pulling out a small, ancient relic that shimmered faintly in the sunlight. Holding it up, the mirage of water before them vanished, revealing the harsh, dry desert once more. Qasim sighed in relief, but also frustration. "Great! Even the desert is playing tricks on us now." Aladdin grinned. "It's all part of the adventure, my friend." Finally, after what felt like an endless journey, the towering ruins of the Lost City came into view, partially buried beneath the sands. Aladdin and Qasim stood before a massive, ancient gate covered in centuries of sand and dust. "We made it," Aladdin said, his voice filled with both awe and excitement as he pushed the gate open. The heavy stone doors groaned, revealing a city frozen in time. Statues and carvings lined the streets, their meanings lost to history. The air inside the city was cooler, almost mystical. Qasim, glancing nervously around, whispered, "This place gives me chills." But before they could explore further, a sinister voice echoed through the air.
But their joy was short-lived as Jafar appeared with his soldiers. "Ah, Aladdin, thank you for leading me here," Jafar said with a menacing smile. Qasim stepped forward, muscles tense. "We won't let you take anything from this city." But Jafar threatened, "You don't understand. I'm here for the eye of the genie, and I will not be stopped."
"You've done all the hard work for me," Jafar continued, stepping closer. "Now hand over the map. I've come for the eye of the genie." Aladdin stood his ground, fists clenched. "We won't let you take anything from this city, Jafar." Qasim, though clearly scared, nodded in agreement, stepping forward to back up his friend. But Jafar's smile only widened. "Foolish boys, you don't understand the power of the eye. It's more than just a treasure. It's the key to unimaginable power. And I will not be stopped." With a wave of his hand, Jafar summoned dark magic, binding Qasim with glowing, spectral chains. Aladdin, filled with anger, shouted, "Let him go, Jafar." Using all his wit, Aladdin quickly activated the ancient relic he had found earlier. A burst of light exploded around them, causing confusion among Jafar's soldiers. In the chaos, Aladdin stumbled upon an ancient inscription carved into a stone tablet. It was glowing faintly, as though it had been waiting for someone to read it. It says, "The eye of the genie grants power to those pure of heart." Aladdin read aloud, his voice filled with realization. "It's not about greed or control," Jafar snarled, his face contorted with rage. "Silence. You know nothing of its true power." But Aladdin, standing tall, met Jafar's gaze. "No, Jafar. You're the one who's twisted it for your own greed." The inscription began to glow brighter, casting a shield of light around Aladdin and Qasim. Jafar's magic clashed against it, but it held strong. "We need to combine our strength," Aladdin said to Qasim, his voice urgent. "Only together can we unlock the true power of the eye." Qasim, struggling but determined, nodded. "Let's do this." Both friends placed their hands on the glowing inscription. Suddenly, a surge of energy enveloped them, filling the entire city with a brilliant light. Jafar staggered back, his face filled with disbelief. "No!" Jafar screamed. "This can't be happening." Aladdin's voice echoed through the chamber as he faced Jafar one final time. "It's over, Jafar. You'll never control this city." With a final burst of energy, Aladdin aimed the light at Jafar. The two forces collided in a spectacular explosion of light and shadow. The ground shook, and the ruins of the lost city echoed with the sound of their power. When the dust settled, Jafar was gone, defeated for now. Qasim, still catching his breath, smiled weakly. "We did it, Aladdin. We actually did it." But Aladdin, ever cautious, replied, "This isn't over, Qasim. Jafar will be back. And when he does, we'll need to be ready." They both looked at the eye of the genie, now gently pulsing with power. Aladdin's expression grew serious. "We need to protect it. It's more important than we ever imagined." As they stepped out of the ruins, the rising sun cast their shadows long across the desert. A new adventure awaited them, one filled with even greater challenges.
Thank you for joining us in this thrilling episode of Aladdin. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to American Pulse and Paranormal for more magical adventures. Stay tuned for the next episode, where Aladdin and Qasim will face even greater challenges in their quest to protect the eye of the genie. See you next video.